Over the past 2 months, everything from conferences and sports events through to daily school have been cancelled as people have hunkered down and tried to physically distance to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Among those cancelled events were, of course, the usual spread of auto shows, events where we traditionally see new vehicles get debuted, and even smaller, invite-only events like official press briefings and test drives have been similarly cancelled. So far, different automakers have handled the lack of auto shows and press events differently. Some, like Fiat, have pushed their reveal events online into the virtual world. Others, like Lucid, have pushed their reveal events back until the current pandemic has started to ease. Some automakers have even cancelled plans for a vehicle altogether. For example, Ford's luxury brand Lincoln cancelled its plans to work with Rivian to build a luxury electric SUV. While Lincoln says it's still committed to building an electric vehicle, and Ford is of course pushing ahead with its own production plans for the Ford Mustang Mach-E and electric F-150, it seems any Lincoln-badged EV will now be built in-house by Ford rather than through a collaboration with Rivian. Obviously, it's not 100% clear that this change was specifically caused by coronavirus, but I'm guessing that it certainly didn't help facilitate inter-company vehicle development. General Motors, like so many other companies, has previously cancelled its reveal events for upcoming electric vehicles, leading some outlets, including this one, to surmise that the launch of its vehicles would similarly be pushed back. But earlier this week, General Motors was keen to point out to select journalists on a conference call that pushing its reveal events back does not mean that its vehicle launches have been pushed back. Instead, its VP for autonomous and electric vehicles, Ken Morris, noted that the company has not cut back any spending or pushed back any of its plans for electric vehicles based on the new Ultium battery pack and the BEV3 modular drivetrain. This means that the 10 future EV products it revealed at a special invite-only closed camera event earlier this year will hit the market as planned, coronavirus or not. Primarily, this means that its promised 2022 GMC Hummer EV, a rebirth of the brand that was previously synonymous with gas guzzling, will make it to market in the second half of next year. So too will the Cadillac Lyriq electric crossover, a high-powered, high-performance luxury SUV based off the GM BEV3 modular platform. If you remember, the Hummer EV was meant to be revealed on May 20th via an online streaming event, but now GM says it's waiting until it can do a reveal event that, quote, really does justice to the product. This is particularly interesting as it suggests that there are elements of these new electric vehicles, the first to be built on the BEV3 platform, that GM wants members of the media to see and feel. This could mean that there are some new technologies that are as yet unrevealed, or perhaps as a demonstration of the vehicle's abilities that simply can't be done effectively in a virtual online environment. Of those, of course, it could be a sit-in demonstration of the vehicle's acceleration, as GM is promising sprint times that rival high-end performance sports cars. The Hummer EV, for example, is said to do the stoplight derby in just 3 seconds, something that's akin to a muscle car rather than a pickup. And of course, this also pretty closely quotes the figures for Tesla in its Cybertruck. Rapid charging may be another desired demonstration, as GM says its Ultium battery packs will have 200 kilowatt rapid charging capabilities, but the Hummer HV will peak at 350 kilowatts thanks to an 800 volt battery. At that kind of power level, adding 100 miles in 10 minutes is possible and a perfect demo for an in-person reveal event. There's also another possibility for holding back on any launch events, but keeping the production schedule the same. Reveal events for production vehicles tend to tie in final specification, but reading between the lines seems to suggest that GM may be using the age of physical distancing to further refine the capabilities and specs of its first BEV3-based electric vehicles. With series production for both vehicles still a year away, that's entirely plausible. While GM is continuing to push forward with its production and launch plans unhindered, it's not clear yet if the upcoming Bolt EUV, which is a slightly larger crossover variant of the Bolt hatchback, will be hitting markets on schedule next year. It's based off the same drivetrain and power packs that are found in the current 2020 Bolt EV. What I can say though is that GM is definitely pushing back its planned mid-cycle refresh for the current Bolt. It was due to get newer seats and a revised interior on top of the 2020 Bolt drivetrain for the tail end of this year, launching as a 2021 model. But now GM has confirmed in an email to me today that it will not be launching that until next year. So there you have it. GM's future electric vehicles, the ones planned to debut next year, will debut next year as planned. The mild refresh to its existing one, the Bolt EV, will sadly be pushed back. And given how many people complain about the Bolt's seats, although as an owner myself I've never actually complained about that problem, I think that's ultimately a big shame for GM. Of course, making promises is one thing, following through is another. So do you think GM will actually be able to keep its plans on track for the Hummer and the Lyriq? Will its other EVs be on track as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to help us make more videos like this, then please like, comment and subscribe. Send us a couple of dollars our way every month through Patreon, or you can feed our coffee habit with Ko-fi. Thanks to the folks scrolling by on my right. They are our charged up patrons. You can donate $15 a month to us through Patreon and then join them on this scrolling wall. If you donate $50 a month, you'll join Jeffrey Songster, John Lyons and Regine Fellows as our self-driving level of patronage. They get a tour of the studio if they're ever there in town, and they get some extra special goodies. While our top tier, super out of this world, zooming around the solar system in a Tesla Roadster, those are the Starman patrons, Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, JP Fagerback and Sean Udea, get a personal tour of Portland if they're ever in town, and we'll make sure they get some great food on us. If you're looking for more videos to watch from this channel, then Google thinks you might enjoy the one that's right next to me. So check it out, and I'll be back soon with more content for you all to enjoy. Until next time, wash your hands, stay safe, and keep evolving.